Namaste. Hello, Soul Tribe. It's your Soul Coach Jeremy Ryden. Neptune in the 7th house. This is for people that have natal Neptune in their 7th house. If you don't know where your planets are in your natal horoscope, go to astro.com and there's a free site that you can put in your birth information so you can discover which Neptune or what house you have Neptune in. Now, I'm doing this out of order because I know a lot of times people hate having to wait through 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're in a later house. So you're going to have to just kind of pay attention to see when your Neptune house is coming in. And we already have 1 and 2 done. So if you are or know someone that has Neptune in the 1st or 2nd house, go ahead and sim that video. All right, this is for you. Neptune in the 7th house. What a very romantic combination. This is a very unique placement to have Neptune. What is Neptune? Neptune is the planet of inspiration, spirituality, imaginations, hopes, dreams. It's a very creative planet as far as being musically inclined and talented for glamour and video and film. You know, Neptune is considered a higher octave than Venus. So Venus is the planet of love. Neptune is like a spiritual love, a real deep soulmate connection. What happens when this beautiful planet finds itself in the house of marriage, partnerships, close relationships? That's what the 7th house is. If you're interested in seeing the type of partner you're attracted to, the kind of partner you might end up marrying or doing business with, you would look at that 7th house. You would look at the cusp that it's on, and you would look for every planet that is in that house. So right now, we're just looking only at the planet of Neptune in the 7th house. And as you know, you'll hear every astrologer say, we're just looking at one aspect right now. You need to take a look at all of your aspects to get a fuller story. So when we have Neptune, the planet of idealism, in the house of relationship, what do we see about you in love? What we find out about you in love is that you're very much a romantic at heart. You're very much one of those people that believe in soulmates, believe in a deeper connection. You want to have a very intimate connection with the person that you're marrying, the person you're doing business with, because Neptune is about ideal in relationships. So you want the ideal relationship, whatever that ideal seems most romantic and most spiritual, most connected to you. So we see you also maybe being attracted to people that are in theater, movies, actors, painters, musicians. You could find yourself very much being drawn to and meeting very artistic souls, because Neptune is the planet of artistic ability, music ability, creative ability. So you very much can fall in love with those people that are in those types of fields, those types of souls. So you'll fall in love with the dreamer, the visionary, you know, and maybe even you'll fall in love with someone who's a little rebellious, a little bad guy. Now, we might see that with Uranus there, but Neptune can do it for the fact that you're just really attracted to that person that is willing to live life on their terms, willing to follow the beat of their own drum. And so it's really, really a nice placement. But on the negative side, if we're looking at, you know, the fact that every planet has a high and low side, the low side of Neptune, if the high side is spirituality, idealism, imagination, creativity, if that's the high side, the low side can actually be escapism, denial, delusion, fantasy that can never really be a reality. And so what happens when we put the planet of fantasy in the house of relationships? It's very easy for people with Neptune in the 7th house to fall in love with the image of somebody, the ideal of a relationship, without really seeing the person for who they are. So these are people that have the rose-colored glasses. That means when they fall in love with someone, they overlook their bad points. They overlook the obvious because they really want to see what they want to see. They really want to see the best in the person that has smitten their heart. So if they're not careful, it is very possible with Neptune in the 7th house to have people of lesser values con you, deceive you, dupe you, whatever word you want to use, are taking advantage of you. So it's possible for you to attract liars, drug addicts, because Neptune rules drugs as well. So you'll see a lot of people with Neptune heavy in their charts in, like, musicians and rock and roll singers. And what goes with rock and roll and sex? Drugs. It's just all part of that I want to escape my mind. I want to go into an altered reality. I want to tap into my soul and my spirit. And so if you're not careful, you're going to fall for love for people that are really not the real thing. It's just an image that they're portraying to you. And if you're really not careful, you can fall in love with people that are addicts, drug addicts, alcoholic, people that refuse to grow up, refuse to deal with the relationship in a realistic, real life, adult manner. And so you definitely want to make sure that you have a friend. So if you fall in love with someone with Neptune in the 7th, ask a friend, ask a family member, what do you think of this guy? And as a Neptune in the 7th house, you want to be open to listening to what your friends are saying about the guy or the girl that you're dating, or about the business partner, because 7th house also means business partner. So you would hate to invest all your money with someone that's giving you this pie in the sky dream of, oh, we're going to make so much money, and the only person making money is them because they ran off with your money. And so with that caveat, ask your friends and family, does this seem too good to be true? Do I have a blind spot? And that's going to save you a lot of heartache down the road, instead of that whole, everyone in my family hates him, all my friends hate him, and it makes you want him more because you think it's us against the world. That may sound nice for a movie. That's not how you build a stable, solid, consistent, long-term relationship. But with Neptune in that 7th house, you also are going to find that the kind of partnerships, the kind of people you want to be around, are people that do have dreams, do have vision, do have a higher principle that they want to live by. So people to you that are boring or just average or don't have any kind of desire to really reach a higher plane in life, it's going to be a turnoff for you, because, Neptune is all about soaring. It's all about, going beyond the horizons and going into new territories. And so you really want to be with someone that can share that journey with you into new open doors. So someone that just wants to do the same thing over and over again probably is not going to work with Neptune in the 7th house. So, I think you'll find that Neptune in the 7th, they can work with partners in nonprofits because Neptune rules that spirituality. They can work with partners in the artistic, music, even humanitarian causes. So, there's all kinds of creative things that you can do with other people to make money and still push a cause. So we're already 8 minutes in. This doesn't cover everything with Neptune in the 7th house, but it's a start. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Join my YouTube. We're going to be putting a lot of stuff out for you to look at. If you'd like to leave a comment and tell us what Neptune in the 7th, do you have that? How does that work in your life? You don't have to agree with me. We all have our own experience. And you also want to join me starting June 9th to 2020. I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives, and I'll be on YouTube Live with a show called Higher Realms with Jeremy Riden. And in that Higher Realms, I'll be doing a lot of astrology teaching, a lot of spiritual, metaphysical teachings that encourage you, uplift you, give you a word from spirit that you're wanting for direction and clarity. So that's going to be Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be telling more about that. And if you never had your natal chart done, feel free to go divinesparkministries.com. That's my website. And you can see a coaching package there where we can take you through all your own placements in your natal chart. Thank you for watching. Namaste, and see you in the next Neptune video.